I'm so excited to be offering Goat Walkers, a really special coaching program for women leaders who are navigating between worlds. Not only between worlds externally in the communities that we live and work with, but also in between worlds within our own distinct identities. Sort of being this edge walker between different ways of being and understanding the world. And if you are a woman leader who feels that this fits your particular identity or leadership context, then I would love to work with you as we look for ways that you can be authentic to who you are in these spaces, but also be really prepared for the kind of targeting, backlash, and at times scapegoating that happens to women leaders who do navigate between these worlds, because we disrupt and deconstruct established narratives of ways of being and leading that perhaps may threaten others, and we become a target or a lightning rod for that anxiety within systems. So, this is a really wonderful way for you to reclaim your leadership strengths and your personal strengths while also getting some really good skills and strategies for navigating some of the more deep rooted conflict that you may encounter while being this kind of a leader. So if you've checked out the page on my website that talks about this, there are some details there, but I want to highlight a few here. One of which is why I've titled this Goat Walkers. So I love the image of the goat, specifically the goat mermaid or the sea goat, which is my zodiac sign, which is Capricorn. I was born on January 16th in the middle of a snowstorm, and I think that space of entering the world in that way is true to who I am as a person. I navigate uneven terrain in a way that enables me to keep my core self intact while also adapting to different environments and relational realities that I may find myself in. And so the Greek mythology surrounding that zodiac sign is really interesting. And of course, I'll share that more deeply with the clients that I work with during Goat Walkers. But the idea of the sea goat in particular in Greek mythology and the Capricorn imagery and archetype is the idea of this mountain goat who is navigating a very specific context and environmental reality, and then also being able to dive into this river, ultimately to save himself. The story of Capricorn is sort of this transition of one of the Greek gods from goat form to sea dwelling form to escape this monster. And so the ability to dwell in these very different contexts is at the heart of what that zodiac sign is. And as I assure people in my content on my website, this goat walking coaching program is not meant specifically for Capricorns. It's just that that's where it kind of connects to me personally in the work that I do. So when you register for this program, what you'll get are 4 individual coaching sessions with me, 3 that you would do within the 3-month program itself, and then a 4th 75-minute session that you can use throughout the year as sort of a touch base or a catching up or coming back into the program later in the year. In between each of the sessions, you then have video email contact with me, as well as just a thread of connection as you reflect further on some of the themes that we talk about. I'm available in between sessions as well. And then, as with all of my 3-month coaching packages, you have access to the community of clients, leaders, impactful women and change makers, which I call Women's Leadership Circle. And we meet regularly throughout the year at various times, and it's an opportunity to develop some collegial relationships within a like-minded community. So I invite you to look a little bit further at the content that I've shared on my website, and also really asking yourself, what are the different worlds that you navigate in? What are the different personality traits or ways of being that you hold that for some on the outside may seem as mutually exclusive or oppositional? For example, being an empathetic woman, but also a woman with really firm boundaries who's self-differentiated. That's a really core identity of the clients that I work with. And also there's this deep perceptiveness and sensitivity that you have toward others, but that also makes us an easy target for people's emotional projection, because they assume that we won't we won't fight back or that we won't engage in conflict. But truthfully, goat walking women leaders have a strong ability to negotiate conflict in ways that really bring consensus and collaboration and integration between polarizing positions. And in today's political climate, that's a really hard skill to come by. But if you have that bridge building capacity, you also are a really good fit for this goat walking program. So I invite you to learn a little bit more, maybe peruse my website and some of my YouTube videos, which I'll link in the description box of this video. And if you want to talk more, I'd be happy to hop on an exploratory call with you, or perhaps just email back and forth. My contact information is on my website, lynnhoran.com as well. So I look forward to walking with you between worlds and really cultivating and owning your own leadership and personal identity in ways that will help you become a really strong and authentic leader moving forward.